Hey y'all, what's up? So here's another story about nothing. Now I normally by this time would have done a video about holiday depression, coping mechanisms and things like that. Call your people, make sure that they're all right. And I just got tied up this month. Besides, there's only like 2 or 3 people that watch my videos anyway, but there are 2 people in particular that do get a little bit out of my videos because I do share, my depression with them as well. So this video is for you guys. And also, while we're at it, I'm also telling people about one of my other coping mechanisms that I got into when about a few months ago. Some people might remember a video that I did when my grandnephew got me back into yo-yoing, and we were supposed to learn a bunch of tricks together until he got his gaming computer. And then all of a sudden, the yo-yoing wasn't that big of a deal to him, but it was to me because I wanted to share something with, one of the younger members of my family. It's not his fault. He's 8. It's not like he has, the premise of mind to concentrate on more than one thing at a time. The gaming computer, hey, when you got loud explosions and action and stuff, and with a yo-yo, if you can't pull a trick, you get frustrated and you go away. So I understand. But me, because of my personality, sometimes I get hyper-focused on something and, I jump into it a lot with both feet. Like I still do my photography. I still go to the range and, fire off a few, but I did make a pretty decent investment in yo-yos. Hey, when you got grown people money, you do grown people shit, right? So now the one thing that I was working on over this took me like 3 months. The one thing that I was working on was this trick that everybody asks about, because at work, I'm pretty much the den mother babysitter or whatever you want to call me at work, because mostly all of my fellow coworkers are young enough to be my kids. And so they're always asking me about this one trick. And my grandnephew asked me about the trick too, because it's supposed to be like the most popular yo-yo trick, on the internet. And so I'm trying very hard to do this, and it took me 3 months to finally try to get it off. And what's going to happen? I'm going to screw this up, and I'm not going to get it right on the first try. So I'll probably edit the failures out. But anyway, I've been working for 3.5 months to try to pull off this trick. Didn't get it. So that's going to be take 1. That's going to go in the blooper reel. So this trick right here is the one I've been trying to pull for the last 3 months, and I finally am able to do it. Anyway, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate during this season. And like I said, holiday depression has its way of creeping in, especially with the seasons and it being darker out, and people just kind of feel a little bit lost, and you want to reach out to them. Just like I said, like I've always said, every time I do one of these videos, you never know what a call or a text can do to bring somebody up out of that. And that's all I got to say. Y'all have a good holiday season. Happy New Year. I hope things get better for us. And that's going in the blooper reel. Anyway, I'll see y'all in 2026. That's another story about nothing. Y'all have a good one. Deuces. So while I was talking about yo-yos, I forgot to mention, and I don't know where I'm going to plug this in, but so it all depends, I guess, on your age group and your generation and things like that. So people my age and above, when they see a yo-yo, the only thing they can think about is, oh, can you walk the dog? And lately, like I said, these kids are asking about doing the DNA. So you know, yo-yo tricks have changed quite a bit. And a lot of people my age don't seem to understand the investment that I put in these things. And no, I'm not rocking a dog with my $80 yo-yo and scratch up the aluminum housing. So you're just gonna have to watch the new tricks that I'm doing. Anyway, that's it. I'll see y'all. Deuces.